Hi guys! Today I want to show you how to make these Ettika-inspired friendship bracelets. I just think that they are so cute and pretty, plus great for stacking. They're fun to make as well. Make them for yourself or for your friends. Here are the materials you'll need. Embroidery floss of your favorite colors. Rhinestone chains. I have here 2mm and 2.5mm ones, but you can pick the size you prefer. Here is a size comparison. Lobster claw clasps. These are gold-filled. Jump rings. These are also gold-filled, which just means that the color will last longer, but you can use whatever you like. Jewelry wire. Make sure it's about 20 gauge. I believe this is about the same wire thickness Ettika uses. Oh, and this one's good since it won't tarnish. Wire cutter. Flat nose pliers. If you can get two, it'll make your life easier. Tape. A nice long ruler. Scissors. I'm using pointed ones because they make a closer cut, but any sharp scissors is fine. This is optional, but jewelry extenders. They will add extra length to your finished bracelet. Okay, let's begin. Take 4 to 5 strands of the floss colors of your choice and tie them together in a knot like this. Next, measure the strands to your desired length. I would measure your wrist size and do a little less than double that length. I have about a 6-inch wrist, so I am measuring out 12 inches right here. When you are done measuring, cut it to that length. Next, take a jump ring and string it through the end that you just cut. Slide the jump ring until it almost reaches the knot that you just tied. Now, fold the floss down so that the jump ring is at the center of that fold. The fold will be about ½ an inch or so. Next, take the rhinestone chain and lay it against the floss so that the top of the chain almost meets the bottom of the jump ring. It should look something like this. Next, cut a piece of wire that's about 1 inch long, and what you're going to do is wrap it around the space in between the first and second rhinestone. But before you do that, bend the wire into a hook shape so that the wire can stay put a little better when you wrap. So hook it on, and you can use your fingers to kind of squeeze and tighten the wire on first. You should only see 1 rhinestone at the end. Now with the pliers, wrap the wire tightly around the space 2 to 3 times. I count the hook I made earlier as 1 round. If any of the floss gets in the way, just move it aside. Make sure you only wrap the space in between and not the rhinestones, and try not to squish any of the chain with the pliers or else they'll break and you'll have to start all over again. I definitely had to learn that the hard way. Then just cut off the excess wire. Next, take your pliers and carefully press the ends of the wire down into the floss because they can be sharp and snag on things like your favorite sweater, and I mean, who wants that? So push those suckers down. And it should look something like this when you're done. Sometimes, after you're done wrapping, the floss can get kind of messy, but you can pull down on the knot as well as any individual strands that are sticking up, and this will make it look a lot nicer. Then tape the bracelet down. I find that taping it horizontally and then in an X holds it better. Next, divide the floss into groups of 2 if you have 4 strands like me, but if you have 5 strands, put the 5th strand with the rhinestone chain. Altogether, you should have 3 groups of strands for braiding. Now start braiding. Just braid a regular 3-strand braid. I don't think this really needs further explanation until you come to the part where you have to braid in the chain, which I'll explain. So when it's time to overlap the chain, count 2 rhinestones down and place the floss in the space beneath the 2nd stone, just like that. And try to keep the bracelet flat as much as possible, and you just keep on braiding. But remember, when it's time to overlap the chain, count 2 rhinestones down, 1, 2, and put it in the space right under it. Check the length of the bracelet every once in a while to see if it's long enough. If it's not, keep braiding. Once you have the length that you like, cut the chain, leaving about 3 or so extra rhinestones just in case it's too short. Next, repeat the steps you did earlier by stringing a jump ring through the floss, then tie the floss in a knot. And remember how we folded the floss at the beginning with the jump ring at the center of the fold? Do the same here. Then cut a piece of wire, bend it to a hook, hook it on above the knot, and wrap it like you did on the other side. Snip off the excess wire and press those sharp ends down. Cut off any excess rhinestone chain. You should have one rhinestone at the very end above the wire. And you can pull on the knot to tighten the floss. Then snip off all the excess floss as close to the wrapped wire as possible on both ends of the bracelet. Lastly, open one of the jump rings with the pliers and put a clasp on it. Then close it back. And there you go. Now you can leave it like this, or as an option, you can put an extender on it for extra length and for some extra danglies. So using the pliers again, open the other jump ring, put the extender on it and close it back up. I personally like adding an extender because I think it looks cuter, and if I ever want to give these away as gifts, I won't have to worry too much about whether or not it fits someone. And that's it, guys. Now you can wear these bracelets by themselves, just as is, or mix and stack them with other types of bracelets. Whatever the case, have fun and be creative. If you guys decide to try this, I'd love to see photos. My Facebook is Okiedokers, the link's below. Please subscribe and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!